If you're currently not active, walking may be vigorous enough to trigger important movements. This is something that Tracy would do. Tracy has been part of house training, and her training program is walking. She lived with me for a month, and anytime that she had to do intervals, it was walking. So this is a Tracy program right here. HIIT is a fast and effective way to increase it, VO2 max, even if you're already active. So basically, I test with Rich Diaz every single year, my VO2 max. We've done it for the past 10 years together. Now, some important things for you guys to know is that VO2 max is measured your body's ability to take in oxygen, and then it is basically a strength to weight ratio of your body's lungs versus the amount of weight that you have in your body. So the heavier you are with the same set of lungs, you're going to have a lower score. Just the same way if you did an FTP, if you have an FTP of 300 and you weigh 90 kilos versus an FTP of 300 versus 80 kilos, that ratio for the lighter person is going to be higher. They have a higher strength to weight ratio. I just blew a 69. My highest ever was a 70.9. And that was 10 years ago in Texas. And I was 30 pounds lighter, which, as I said, changes the ratio. And after the age, I think, of 20 or 25, your VO2 max drops by 1% every year. Now, I'm going to be nerdy with you guys here. There's two ways of me looking at this thing. One is, here's the importance. I think a lot of people do not do their VO2 max test when they're very rested. Now, most of the time when I go to Rich, I'm already pretty cooked because I'm in the middle of a training cycle. Admittedly, I was just at the end of a 4-week cycle, and I had already done 16 hours of training that week by the time I tested him. So I was already tired. So that one's out the window. But if I'm going to be honest with you guys, last year when I did my VO2 max, here's some important things to look at. Every single time we did the VO2 max, my average heart rate score by the time I pulled out of the treadmill was 174 beats per minute to 173. Last year when I did it, I get 163 heart rate. That's how exhausted I was. And I told you guys I was already chronically overtrained. So I may have blown a higher score last year. And last year, it's still the same calendar year, but I did this in the end of March before World Championships. I think there's two things to look at. One, I do think you can definitely get fitter as you get older. You have to be very, very diligent about it. And they're probably looking at all of these things where athletes are not as consistent as the top 0.01%. And that's the category I fall in. And I've just been working at it year after year. Secondly, is that all of the training that I was doing last year, where I probably would have popped and hit like a 75 before World Championships, I am probably just on the tail end of just recovering from that huge amount of overwork before World Championships. And now those numbers are finally starting to show up, because it's pretty interesting. I'm not really that trained right now. We're honestly 6 weeks into the beginning of the season for me doing work, and I'm already out there. I hit a record on my VO2 max. I've done a couple of the hill climbs on cycling, which I always do to start my season out, and I've set records already this year better than I did last year. So there's a lot of factors here. I think it's just the fact that I did a lot of work last year, and it's showing up now because I didn't get to use it at the end of the season last season. But let me tell you, guys are fucked. Okay. Any more questions about VO2 max that I can answer for you guys? No? All right. It's whatever. Didn't want to talk about it anyways. Here's something interesting I'll talk to you guys about. I'm not paid to say this, by the way. Swear to God. Hunter McIntyre. Right here. This is grown-ass man tobacco right here. I was in Tennessee. Now, some things I want to tell you guys about. I know if I shout, my mic pops. That we haven't figured out yet. Unless I go into settings. I go into audio. Reduce mic background noise. Maybe this. Studio stereo audio echo cancellation must be off to use stereo audio. Anybody? I'll answer those questions in 2 seconds. I started out by chewing tobacco at the age of 13, maybe. Cherry Skull, top of the list. This was one of the sweet, sweet cherry pies of my life. And I'll just let you guys know right now, they banned flavored tobacco in California. Let's see this. Yeah, look at this right here, you fucking pussies. You know what I don't get? It says right here, retailers in California are prohibited from selling, possessing flavored tobacco products. Then all of a sudden, you go into a liquor store and every single liquor is flavored. What the fuck's the difference? Idiots. So now it's just regular, like, long cut skull. Now they've got this. This is Athletic Nicotine. This is my friend's company. He sent me a bunch of them. They're great. Don't get me wrong. I'm not being a hater. But how the hell can you sell this, but you can't sell 90th anniversary Cherry Skull, this sweet little angel pie? The things that I have to put up with. I'm just letting you guys know right now. I had to go to Tennessee to get that because California sucks. Hunter, have you seen what's going on over the 𝗬𝗏 podcast this morning? Let's look it up. YouTube. 𝗬𝗏. Shut the fuck up. 𝗬𝗏 podcast. Dr. Lance. How to grow your hog. 𝗬𝗏 brings a lot of interesting people on. Good for him. Good for him. But yeah, I'm not into this shit. Excuse me. Okay. So I'm going to get back onto it. I'll answer a couple of questions in the notes. What running protocol do you use to go sub 60? House training. Don't be a pussy. Any ideas why rowing causes my lower back to be in pain? You got weak glutes. High Rocks Dallas, not going. Increase your VO2 max. Should I focus on building distance of zone 2 or more intervals? This is one of these kind of things where I think a lot of people don't understand physiology. You have to do a significant amount of low intensity work to be able to sustain the body's ability to actually push your VO2 max. Now, you have to do VO2 max type intervals to actually have a higher one, but shit, man, you can't even use your capabilities of your VO2 max if you don't do a ton of low intensity work. So, cart before the horse. Talking about their pelvic floor and anal penetration? Nah. I don't know what 𝗬𝗏 does half the time, because 𝗬𝗏 brings me on his podcast and he'll just bring me into like the dumbest conversations. And I love the guy. So like I will have the conversations with him, but in reality, there's not much I can do here, guys. There's not much I can do with that fool. All right. Inspiring story. Let's start out with one that's pretty awesome, because I love comebacks because I'm in the middle of mine. Check this out. Shaun White basically retired from snowboarding. He lost the last Olympics, but what he did is he climbed to the top of Everest and then he snowboarded down. And not only did he just snowboard down, but of course, him being the badass that he is, they basically built a ton of jumps and he blasted down. And the reality is someone tried to do this before in the 1990s, a Frenchman, and the dude died. So Shaun White being the only person to actually complete this, like, if you're going to be a mega millionaire, like Shaun White had his own gum, he has his own snowboard stuff. Shaun White, I would guess, is probably worth. We're going to have some fun with this. If anybody puts it in the notes and wins, I'll send him a free gift. Net worth. I'm going to guess 150. Says he makes $10 million a year. Celebrity net worth says he's worth $65 million. I would say he's definitely worth over that. Definitely worth over that. But the dude fucking crushed it. 25 mil? Nah. 65 mil. You look that up, Hoyer. You little bitch. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, this is great. This is something I deal with a lot where, one of my favorite products, if not the favorite product that we have in our company, is called Strength X2. It's creatine. A lot of people, specifically... Oh, no, we lost it. Did you guys see that for a second? Go back. There we go. Are afraid of, like, gaining size because they take creatine. This is the difference between 2 kilos of fat versus 2 kilos of muscle. It is literally probably 300% to 400% the size of the muscle. You guys would be lucky to gain a kilo of muscle. You'd be lucky. It'd firm up that body. I mean, like, most people who have huge asses, it's all fat. They didn't train hard for that ass. They're just a chubby person in the right pair of pants. My ass, that's rare. Mine's pure muscle. I could squeeze my ass cheeks and I could fold a penny. Just letting you guys know. I've done it. So if you guys want to improve, you should look at all the science behind things like creatine, specifically Strength X2, the combination of blood flow and strength, and try to maybe not be so fat and take the right supplements and build some muscle up. Just saying. Yeah, and the Black Friday sale is coming. It's going to be the greatest sale in history of time. Oh. By the way, I don't know why this is not responding. But being that I do have a trophy truck, and it was probably one of the greatest and most irresponsible decisions of my entire life. What's it going on, dude? Come on. You're fucking me here. Chevy just came out with their new trophy truck. The sticker price on it is $209,000. I think the government's got to step in. I'm hoping Trump steps in and he comes after some of these dealerships for what they're doing. But there's no pickup truck on the planet worth $209,000. Is there anybody in the show notes right now who's a truck fan? Because I would buy this truck. Like, I could trade my truck in and I'd get the new version of what's going on out there. But this thing is ridiculous. I don't know why the fuck everybody, like, how they think they're going to get away with it, but I guess they are. But I'll tell you guys right now, furious. You know who needs to get a new truck? My homeboy Austin. He's been driving around the same POS Chevy. Yeah, for such a long time. Look at this. Brando. What kind of truck do you drive? Because it's not a $209,000 truck. I know this has nothing to do with Jock Talk, but I saw it on the internet. And this chubby bastard's, of course, the one who's selling it. He doesn't have a jawline, so he has basically that chin strap right there where he dyes the beard so it gives a little shape and contour to his face. But these are the same fuckers that sell them. Dude, tell me you have the Ford SVT Lightning Original Edition. Brando, if you have the SVT Lightning Original Edition, I'd be so pumped. Because the SVT Lightning Original Edition is a man's truck. The current Ford Lightning is a fucking bitch truck. And we all know that's true. You're going to need to take a naked lap. You're such a bitch, Brando. I knew you'd be one of those kind of guys. Okay. Another reason why men's sports are so much larger than female sports. Now, you guys have all probably seen like Matador racing, all that kind of like Matador stuff, the fighting the bulls, blah, blah, blah. I don't know why the heck this is frozen. I'm super sorry, guys. Technology's a bitch today. But fighting the bulls. I've been to one of those things. It's a blast. I want you guys to pay attention here and just witness the fitness. There's a bunch of the homies out there basically going head to head with a bull and having the time of their lives. If you look in the crowd, other than this one head right here, do you see any chicks? No. No, it's just the boys out there. It's just the boys out there having the time of their lives. You couldn't get this size of a crowd in a female basketball game, even with, what's her name, Caitlin Clark. Not going to happen. Down in Guadalajara, Mexico, peak. I'm just saying. Like, listen, I'll go to a girls' basketball game. Give me a ticket. But you gave me a ticket to this show same day. Not really a question where I'm going, guys. It's not a debate. Ooh. This one got me dirty. This guy right here, this touches me deep down in my heart because a family member of mine is on Ozempic. They're showing, there's all these like, case studies, and there's all these independent, anecdotal pieces about how bad Ozempic is. And, I don't know. I don't really, there's not a lot of information about athletes here. And this is an interview right here of a pretty avid cyclist who had an FTP score of 320. And then he got on Ozempic and his FTP score dropped down to 280. And, Ozempic basically is really well known for chewing away at muscle mass being the thing that generates force. This dude who's a cyclist, he did it to lose weight, and it just totally messed him up. And I don't know why so many people are on this shit, man. It's freaking me out. It really is. And the difficult thing is you try to have a conversation with the people that are on it. They're so hooked to the weight that they've already lost. They don't look at any of the kind of auxiliary effects. It's like a nuclear bomb. It's the radiation that really gets you. Oh, that's a good one. Oh, yeah. Just want to, since we're already on the bullfighting thing, just give me a second here. Another great day for male sports. Okay. Contact once, contact twice. I will try to go back, and I'm going to stop sharing the screen. I'm going to try to go back, and I don't know how long this will take me to find. So you guys want to just give me a half an hour? I'm going to show you guys something cool. I just went to a wedding this weekend. One of my best buddies, my first friend from college. And Kyle Kokonos, Kid Koki, might come to the training camp this week coming up. Kyle just called me and he said, one of my friends is a professional bull rider, and he told me to do a high-fat diet. What do you think? I was like, professional bull riders aren't Ironman athletes or High Rocks athletes. Like they're on a bull for seconds. And when you start taking diet advice from a guy who rides a bull, that's when you know you lost it. Just saying, Kyle. So I went out to this wedding this weekend, and my homie took me bull riding years ago. And I just want to show you this video of the kind of man I once was. Leave me alone. Steak saves lives. It does, Kyle. It does. Kid Koki, when are you going to show up at training camp again like a real man and come and show if you've got any horsepower? Show if you got what it takes. We're going to do the ride, by the way, from my place in... We're going to do my ride from my place in Malibu all the way to the Crestline cabin. If anybody wants to come, I think we're going to do it December 14th. It's 120 miles and a lot of climbing. God, this is going to take too long, guys. I wanted to show you me riding a bull back in the day. Earnings, my brownie points, December, dad, strength X2, builder, strength X2. Dude, if you guys go slow, though, you'll get left behind. You gotta be trained up for this thing. Okay. Anybody else live in California? Because I'm having this conversation with myself every single day. This guy basically, I'm going to put this in the show notes in case you guys want to change your lives. This guy went and did a training camp in Kenya, and he talks about all of like the money in on it. And I think he spends like less than $1,000 to spend weeks at this training camp, including massages, gyms. Just keep your eyes on this for a second. $35 each way to the airport. Spend a couple $100. I don't know, dude. The Elite 15 is getting really hard to get in. Really, really hard. You just have to have such absurd times. Look at this. Nice gym, nice pool. I mean, you have to look like this guy to go there. This guy's, well, let's not use any judgmental words, Hunter. You got to ride with the homies on scooters. Motorbikes, you're talking about like cents here. Training groups, nice tracks, $22 for private taxis. I've been doing the math of what it costs to live in California. Like I was just over in Tennessee and I thought that the pump was broken and I totally forgot that I was in Tennessee. I went and filled up this X6 BMW. It's a rather big car. It's not the hugest, but it cost me $45 to fill up the car. It cost me $160 to fill up that trophy truck we were just showing you guys before. And God damn, am I pissed about it. But you go to Kenya. Oh, by the way, Kyle, in case you want to figure out how to ride a bike and stop getting flat tires on Ironmans, you want to level up like this guy? You know, the only person I've ever met that can actually do this kind of stuff is Ryan Atkins, the dude who just showed up and did a 68 at High Rocks. He's probably the fittest person I've ever met. He doesn't, put the work in to be a High Rocks athlete, but if he wanted to, he'd steal souls. He's like Rylan, but he's tougher for sure. He's a fucking freak. Wow, they took down this video. You fuckers. Oh, by the way, if you guys want to know what I'm planning on doing for HyperCon games next year, get ready. I got my money on the, ooh, fuck, dude, that guy took it. Look at that. He's up on top of him. Jesus. Yeah. This is something I want to do. I doubt we're actually going to get away with it, but kettlebell swings is kind of lame. Where's that video that I had? Give me a second, guys. I got to go back into the show notes. I want to show you something. It would have to be, yeah, this is it. I'm going to put this in the show notes, guys, just so you guys can have it. I'm going to put it in the Facebook group too, in case you guys are a member of House Training. I want to make sure that you guys have this. You should watch the whole thing. This dude is such a beast. This is old school strength and conditioning. This guy won World's Strongest Man. He was an Olympian. I think he holds the world record in shot put. Like, this is the dude of all dudes. Jeff Capes, British shot put record holder, 2-time world's strongest man, died at 75, which is a ripe old age for a strong man. You guys got to watch this all the way through. They talk about his diet, which is so sick. The dude just rips milk, dominates souls, 12,000 calories burned per day. Look at this behind the back shoulder press, 155. By the way, anybody who does shoulder press in front of their body, simps. It's all behind the back. You got to get that. Guy supposedly ate 6 pounds of beef a day. I'm not going to lie. That's supposedly his whole day. Pound of butter, packet of cereal, dozens of eggs, 2 large loaves, tin of beans. When I was a logger in Montana, we used to take the tin of beans and put it up on top of the engine block like this during the day for the crane while we were waiting. Just my morning shift, and at lunchtime, I would eat a 32-ounce container of beans. So good. That's his wife. You know, that woman got it harder than anybody else. Anybody. Look at her smile, though. Couldn't be that bad. Kind of looks like George. Just saying. Warm up the beans. You know how it goes, dude. Warm up the beans on the engine block. Yeah, now the more I think about it, it does sound a little odd. Let's see. What are those called? Boston baked beans? What are those? Canned beans. Baked beans. Okay, let's see here. Baked beans. Macros. Guys, let's get some details here on the baked bean macros. Oh, 1 cup? Fuck. Guys, I'm telling you right now, all these stupid nutritionists and people that are trying to get you to buy stuff that's like, pretty freaking expensive. All these I went and bought Huel and things like that. Why buy Huel when you could just get this 1 cup, which is not very much? You're getting almost 50 grams of carbs, 13 grams of protein, and low in fat. So one of those 32-ounce containers, dude, you're getting like freaking 6 of these bad boys. No wonder I was such a beef chop. I mean, look at this, dude. You get retinol, selenium. Some good details. So you can be an Olympian on cheap-ass shit and dominate the world. That is 𝗕𝗏. That is 𝗕𝗏. Oh! Guys, I got to get out of here in a second. I got to start training. 20-hour week ahead of me. So if you guys got any questions, better get them out of the way now. Better get them out of the way now. Because your boy, he's on a mission. I don't think I really have anything else to share with you guys. It was a little light in the britches these days. But here's what you guys can expect. New YouTube's coming out tomorrow. Should be. Who knows? Very spacey with the team these days. Then you're talking, we got the new YouTube episode coming out. We got Black Friday coming up. I'm going to let you guys know that if you get in on that, you might as well just buy your whole year's worth of product right then and take it all within the next month and then see what you look in January. You could be the biggest, the baddest by January 1st. Don't be one of those kind of people that gets all chubby and nasty over the holidays. You guys could be triple dose in Strength X2, triple dose in Pre-Power. I would only dry scoop hydro, no water. And I guarantee you don't even need the fluids. You just need the aminos and electrolytes. Saying it. Tracy, you're not going to talk about Mike Tyson's ass? I don't really know what you guys want me to say about that. I didn't even want to bring it up because it's just so sad. It's not even sports. It is, we're all being bamboozled, and these guys are just making tons of money. And, Mike Tyson deserves it, man. Like, if you think about all the shit that he's gone through, the guy's gotten ripped off a million times. But then at the end of the day, you look at, Jake Paul, it's like he's not a fighter at this point, you guys. You guys got to understand that he is a showman, and he's making us all look like idiots. They're raking in this money. It's crazy. It is so, so, so crazy. I don't even understand how the hell these guys make that much money. And I'm over here breaking my back, running in circles. I think I could change my career right now to a celebrity boxer And I guarantee I would probably make about 100x what I did my entire career within about 2 years of doing that. So, thinking about it. What do you, how often a week should an average person lift to keep on lean mass while training for high rocks? Twice a week. You should join house training, Brad. You're a fool. Anybody who asks that question could get those answers inside of house training. By the way, guys, I wasn't supposed to release this information, but we basically have all of our training guides coming back. They're going to be up on the site because I know a lot of people are all at different chapters of their lives and they don't want to jump into our cycles. I think the cycles, if you can stick it out and follow it all the way through, that's how you progress as an athlete. But if you just have to jump into something and get ready for a race in 12 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever it is, all the guides are coming back. And I'm pumped about that because people ask about it all the time. Yeah, I can get a 300-pound bag to my shoulder because I'm not a pussy. I do that all the time, dude. I have the Thanos bag. You guys know that. But stay tuned, guys. Awesome stuff's coming up. Training camp's coming up. I think we got about a half dozen guys coming out here. I just bought a bunch of cots. I'm going to literally get them living all in this garage. It's going to be amazing. Dreams come true. Show us a vid. Here. I'll do this for you for 2 seconds because you're a bum. Let's see here. Home. This happened. 𝗕𝗪𝗥. It's going to take a second of scrolling. Guys, give me 2 seconds. 𝗕𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗀 on my page looking like a bum. Woo, daddy. God, I used to be skinny. Dude. Okay. This is also me skinny. So, boom, present, share screen. Boom. 300-pound bag. Hemorrhoid steady. Yeah. No big deal, guys. Now, if I had to really guess, this is maybe a 285 to a 290-pound bag. Just because, I mean, we filled it to the brim, but I don't know. We weighed it too. It was not 300. I just can't remember which one of these digits it was. But this is me at like the lightest I was last season, 194 pounds, especially where I'm at 210. I could probably do this bag to my shoulder 3 to 5 times. But it's not that bad. I've always been good at strongman stuff. Let's go. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I'll catch you guys in the near future. I'm out.